Okay, so good day, ladies and gentlemen. This would be our first video on the topic for pre-calculus for engineers. Now, of course, most of the topics here in the pre-calculus are supposed to be taken when you were in high school, so this would just be a review, especially for those who did not take the STEM track now. First topic here would have been, if you have senior module, the first topic was pre-calculus, meaning the basics or the foundations of every operations in we are going to soon use for your pre-calculus and for your calculus, so basically your basic operations. Now, one of the topics there is on absolute value. Now, when you were in high school, you might have only thought that absolute value is on as long as the answer is always positive, but that would be quite wrong, because the definition of absolute value, if you have the absolute value of x, where x is any number, it has two possible answers. One is x itself, when x is greater than or equal to 0, meaning it's 0 or positive. Take note, 0 is not a positive number, so the idea that if it's an absolute value, it's always positive. Then we have negative x when x is less than 0. Now, how does this work? This is quite tricky, meaning, let's just say we have the absolute value of negative 3. Since x is less than 0, so negative x. That gives us negative of negative 3, thus giving us positive 3. Now, why is the absolute value either 0 or positive, always positive or 0? Now, this is because absolute value is defined as the distance from 0. Now, you may recall from your basic physics, basic sciences, that there's no such thing as a negative distance. Even if you walk backwards, the distance covered is always positive. So, distance from 0, meaning negative 3 is 3 steps away from 0. If we have the absolute value of 5, that is equal to 5 because it is 5 steps away from 0. Now, our main concern is how do we use absolute values when we talk about equations? Because if it's only this, it's quite easy. But when we talk about equations, let's say you have the absolute value of x plus 3 equals, let's just say 5. The absolute value of x plus 3 equals 5. Now, our problem here is how to solve for the value of x. Now, we go back to this definition. So it means x plus 3 equals 5 if we're going to assume that x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. We're going to assume that it is positive. So, going back, basic algebra, applying addition property of equality, or you can just simply say transpose in your class. So, x plus 3 equals 5 is the same as x equals 5 minus 3. Thus, we have x equals 2. Now, what if we assume x plus 3 is less than 0? So, from the definition, it should be negative x. Now, take note, the negative part would not only be x, but the whole term inside the absolute value. So, that would be negative of x plus 3 equals 5. So, distribute. You have negative x minus 3 equals 5. So, if you transpose, negative x equals 5 plus 3, negative x equals 8, meaning x equals negative 8. Now let us check if our answer is correct. We are going to substitute. So, from there, this is to check. First value we obtained is 2. So, 2 plus 3, 5 equals 5. Now, let's try the second value. We have x equals negative 8. So, negative 8 plus 3, take its absolute value. Negative 8 plus 3, that is 5. So 5 equals 5. So therefore, the possible values of x in that equation are 2 and negative 8. Now, let us try this. What is we have this. The absolute value of 2x plus 4 plus the absolute value of x minus 2 equals 6. Okay, so let's try this. We have two absolute values, so therefore we are going to have 4 possible combinations. First combination, 2x plus 4 and x minus 2 are both greater than or equal to 0. Second combination, 2x plus 4 and x minus 2 are both negative. Third combination, 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0, and then x minus 2 is less than 0. And then the last combination is 2x plus 4 is less than 0, while x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So we have 4 possible choices here. Now, not all of them would give a correct answer, so let us try. Let's try the first combination. 2x plus 4 and x minus 2 are both greater than or equal to 0. So, it's simply right there. 2x plus 4 plus x minus 2 equals 6. Combine similar terms. You have 3x plus 2 equals 6. Transpose. 3x equals 6 minus 2. 3x equals 4. Therefore, x equals 4/3. So divide both sides by 3, you get x equals 4/3. Now, let's try assuming that both of them are less than 0. So okay, we write it here first. We have x equals 4/3, just for recording purposes. Now let's try the second one. So since both of them are less than 0, we put a negative sign first. So negative of 2x plus 4 minus, since positive times negative is negative, x minus 2 equals 6. Distribute to get negative 2x minus 4 minus x plus 2 equals 6. Negative times negative is positive, always remember. So, combine similar terms, you have negative 3x minus 2 equals 6. So, negative 3x equals 6 plus 2. Negative 3x equals 8. So, divide both sides by negative 3. X equals negative 8/3. So, we have to write it here. X is negative 8/3. Let's try the third one. So 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0, so we just copy 2x plus 4 minus, since x minus 2 is less than 0, right? So 2x plus 4 minus x plus 2 equals 6. Again, combine similar terms, we get x, 4 plus 2 is 6, so x plus 6 equals 6. Alright, so transpose, you get 6 minus 6, x is 0. Alright, so x equals 0 in this case. Last one. Alright, let's continue with the last one. So we have 2x plus 4 is negative, so it's negative 2x plus 4 plus, since x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, so that's simply x minus 2 equals 6. So we distribute negative 2x minus 4 plus x minus 2 is 6. So combine similar terms, we get negative 6 minus 6 equals 6. So negative 6 is 6 plus 6. Negative x. Negative x is 12. Therefore, x equals negative 12. We now have our 4 possible values of x, but do take note, not all of these 4 would give a correct answer. So let us try which among the 4 would do. Okay, first one. So 2 times 4 thirds plus 4 plus 4 thirds minus 2 equals 6. So that gives us 8 thirds plus 4 plus 4 thirds minus 2. 3 by 4 is 12 plus 8 is 20. 3 by negative 2 is negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. Alright, so this gives us 20 over 3 plus 2 thirds. Is it equal to 6? So 20 plus 2 is 22. We get 22 over 3. Is it equal to 6? The answer is no. So this is an erroneous solution, meaning we are not going to consider 4 thirds. Now, let's try with the others. We got negative 8 thirds. So we get negative 8 thirds and then negative 8 thirds minus 2. So again, 2 times negative 8, that's negative 16 over 3 plus 4. This would be 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 minus 8. That gives us negative 14 over 3. Is it equal to 6? So 3 times 4 is 12 plus negative 16. So that's negative 16 plus 12. That gives us negative 4. Is it equal to 6? With the absolute value, we get 4 thirds plus 14 over 3. 4 plus 14, that gives us 18. So 18 over 3, is it equal to 6? The answer? Yes. 6 equals 6. So that's our first solution. Second one, we try 0. So 2 by 0 plus the absolute of 0 minus 2. 2 by 0 is 0 plus 4, get 4. 0 minus 2, get negative 2. Is it equal to 6? So absolute value is 4, absolute value is 2. 4 plus 2, 6 equals 6. Last one. Try negative 12. So 2 by negative 12 plus 4. And then plus negative 12 minus 2. Sorry. Is it equal to 6? So that's negative 24 plus 4 plus negative 14. Is it equal to 6? It's quite obvious that it's no longer equal to 6, but it's just continuing. So that's negative 20 plus negative 14 absolute value. You get 20 plus 14. Is 20 plus 14 equal to 6? Obviously not, because 34 is not equal to 6. So that ends our first video, and it would be on absolute values.